Hey, Matthew, just curious to get your thoughts. You're obviously a player who generates a lot of offense typically while doing a lot often to antagonize the opponent as well. And this season you guys are going to face the same six teams either 9 or 10 times. And I'm just curious, like, how do you think that sort of scheduling format, seeing the same teams repeatedly, suits your style of play?
I thought about it a little bit. I don't think it will affect my style at all. I think it actually kind of the opposite is it suits my style more this year. And I think one of my gifts is it doesn't take me very much to get up for games. And coming into an all Canadian division, it's going to be a rivalry night every night, and lots of eyes on us in this country. So it'll be exciting.
Matthew, with no preseason games this year, has your trash talk practice been getting a little bit today with the Canada US result last night?
No, not really. Had a bunch of side bets going, but we won't get into any of those. But I think that I wanted to find a USA hockey shirt that I could wear this morning. This is the one I came up with a little with a little JJ representation to Jim Johansson, who is one of the biggest pioneers to USA hockey. We miss him every day, whether you're a player, staff member, whatever. And he always was such a huge part of the World Juniors. So definitely thinking about him today. But yeah, very proud of the guys for the whooping they put on the boys from Canada yesterday. It was fun to watch.
I was just going to ask you about that. You know, you obviously played at that level. You've represented your country. How much of that pride kind of bubbles up right away when you watch something like last night?
Yeah, it's well, I'm anytime there's a USA versus something, whether whatever sport it is, you're glued to the TV and you're excited to watch. So I was probably one of those crazy fans watching, getting excited when the goals were scored, getting a little nervous towards the end of the game when Canada had a little bit more pressure than they had throughout the previous two periods. But I take a lot of pride, and because I was at that stage, yeah, I definitely take a lot of pride in watching them. I think if you ask all the American players in the NHL or retired or whatever, they take pride in it as well.
Matthew, who'd you take the most money from? You don't have to get into all the names because it's probably a long list, but who'd you take the most money from? Or the guy you're most excited to take money from?
I had a lot of different people I bet with. It wasn't some of the bets. I think the one I was happiest to win the most from was I'm not going to say the person, but it was more of a pride bet where I had to tweet something out that I maybe wouldn't have wanted to, or done something. I don't want to get into it to give you any ideas, but it was more of a pride bet. So I could have bet whatever money he wanted me to, but this one would have hurt me if I would have lost this one. So I'm just happy that US pulled this one out.
Why are you protecting? Why are you protecting these people at this very special time in your life?
Yeah, I'm gonna. Yeah, I don't think you're gonna get this one out of me. Just because I'm sure eventually you get the person out of you and you find out what the bet was, and yeah, we'll keep that between us. But all I can say is I'm pumped I won.
Yeah, and maybe because eventually Canada's probably going to win the next one, and then you won't have, you don't want that to be rough.
Yeah. You don't want to brag too much. I came in here today pretty even keeled, and
Yeah,
had a
right.
little smirk going, and just waited for someone to say something to me before I went right back at them.
Hey, how would you best describe the way you are going into this season, like the way you look at this season as a Calgary Flame, and what you guys hope to accomplish this year?
Well, I think that I look at it for myself. I have to take not only a step, but 2 steps, 5 steps, 10 steps forward this year if I want to become the player I want to be. It's time to make a difference, and I don't just want to be known as a certain type of player. I want to be a player that makes a difference every single night. It's a shortened season, and I have to do that. But I think my skill set needs to take a step forward in general, whether that's whatever that is, but just helping my team win. And I came into this year with a very positive mindset. I think we have a very solid team, and our team hasn't had a lot of success. I guess you can go all the way back to, I guess, the last time that they won a Stanley Cup here. We haven't had a ton of playoff success except for a couple seasons. So it's time for people to look at us as a serious contender throughout the league, and that starts with we have to produce as a team. We have to be looked at as one of those teams that is a contender each and every season. And I think we have to start proving that this year. There's been too many. It's been way too frustrating over the past couple of years the way it's ending, and the sour taste sticks with you forever. So it's time to change that this year.
Thanks, Matthew.
Go to Danny Austin.
Hey, Matthew, to sort of follow up on that last answer, both you, Sean Monahan, and Johnny Gaudreau, when we've asked them about sort of their goals for this year, everyone sort of talked about the playoffs and needing to win in the playoffs. And I'm just curious, does that single-mindedness and that focus, does that affect the way you're dealing with this time of the year at all, or is it just a general attitude?
Maybe it does. You can't. I haven't really thought about it too much, but we obviously think back to the past few playoff runs where we should have done, or where we felt we could have done better than what we have, and we can't just fast forward right to playoffs. And however many months from now, we have to get there first. And so I think we have to kind of forget about what we're going to do there right now and focus on getting there and the process of getting there and making sure we're ready when we get there. Because I don't know, like I said, it's been a very frustrating last few years with the way it's ended. So it's time to change it this year. And I think we're we know in there that we have a lot of really good players this year. And I think what it takes to be at the top of your game throughout the year, and it's a shortened year, so we need our top guys being on their game right from the get-go. I think a lot of it's going to come down to specialty teams early too. It's not a normal regular season; it's almost like an extended playoffs throughout this year. So especially playing teams a bunch, so special teams got to be good, and we picked up a really, really, really great goalie. And I think him along with Ritter are one of the best tandems in the league. And I'm looking forward to playing in front of them as well.
And to go back to just American hockey for a second, you guys have won a lot of World Juniors. How badly do you just want to sort of be involved in a best versus best tournament with this generation of sort of Americans in the league and, going against the best in the world? And do you think you guys would win? I do think about that a lot. I do think about whether it's next Olympics or whether it's next World Cup or whatever it is. It would be unbelievable to represent your country in the best and best like that. It's definitely I'd say other than winning a Stanley Cup, winning an Olympic gold is probably the next thing on my bucket list for my playing career. So would love to get a chance to do that. Thank you.